It has become apparent that agriculture mechanization will improve output and address food insecurity, as opposed to the hand hoe. In Uganda, rice is the most consumed crop with consumption per capita of about 8 kilograms, although total production is estimated at 165,000 metric tons. However, rice consumption also depends on the availability of other foods. In BUTALEJA district, paddy rice farming is popular. Farmers flood rice farms every season to ensure an optimal supply of water to the rice. However, this type of farming will only thrive with the use of a hand hoe.
What we have been doing previously is that we have a lot of water which is in the garden, and this aggravates the rate of anaerobic conditions, which give off the methane gas, which is one of the gases which are not good for the ozone layer out there. So we think that if we can do the intermittent watering and also we stick to a cropping calendar, we shall be able to increase our yield, yet at the same time not putting a lot of pressure on our environment.
We are doing our bit as Kilimo Trust to make sure that we don't leave the communities worse off than when we found them. This is a research program. It's about innovations. It's about climate smart agriculture. And we are trying to see how do we build resilience into smallholder production. So we are looking at aspects of sustainable rice production, like water management.
Agronomists say continuous flooding has a negative climate change effects, and that rice doesn't need continuous flooding to mature. Intermittent irrigation can save water in rice fields and also produce good yields.
Let us adopt these practices, because in the long run, they are to enable us be competitive in producing the rice that we produce, but also enable us to produce it for posterity.
On the other hand, agriculture mechanization will improve output and address food insecurity, although there is a limitation on mechanized agriculture among farmers.
Because as you can see, as you've been seeing other farmers, there are different stages of rice which are being cultivated. Another one is doing weeding, another one is doing bud scaring, another one is just transplanting. So it is a problem, and actually also brings down the yield. So what we are going to do now, we have sat down as people. We are being facilitated by like-minded stakeholders, Kilimo Trust, that also have the same vision that we are having as farmers. And together we are going to do a cropping calendar whereby the water is going to be scheduled such that we are going to identify key blocks which are going to be given the water at an appointed time.
We are encouraging them to adopt the good agricultural practices that we are training them on, but to also adopt sustainable practices in their rice production.
On average, it takes 2,500 liters of water to produce 1 kilogram of rice. In an irrigated production system, a seasonal water input to rice field varies from as little as 40 centimeters in heavy clay soil with shallow groundwater tables to more than 200 centimeters in coarse textured soil with deep groundwater tables.
Different varieties of rice need different amounts of water. And on a defined block, on a defined section, when we put this kind of rice, we need to know how much water has entered. When farmers say we are okay, then we keep bringing that amount of water. So the water is regulated from the intake. And from this block on this date, we are sending maybe 2,000 liters per second for 2 days. Then we shall be knowing that this block is getting sufficient water. And you find the production also increases.
Continuous flooding and failure to follow a cropping calendar affects rice farmers in Uganda. It has also made it impossible for farmers to apply farm mechanization and other technology in rice growing and harvesting.
Because we received some machinery as aid from China, tractors, combine harvesters, planters, even these harrowers, they can work in rice. But those machines work where water management is proper. For example, for plowing, you need to drain out all the water.
The challenge we have here is that farmers are planting at their own pace. This one plants, this one harvests. Nobody are close together. With that, you cannot enhance the proper water management. You cannot enhance mechanization, because once there's no proper calendar, a machine like that one cannot be utilized.
Sada Mubale, UBC News.